Hello everybody, my name's Shard. Welcome to 1 Foot of Books. Sorry if I'm making that. This is episode 26. Jeez, I didn't even check. That's how spur of the moment and spontaneous I am, and unprepared. Anyway, yeah, 1 Foot of Books back. If I make those little so it's summertime here in the Blue Mountains, just outside of Sydney, Australia, and I've got these little like flying gnat things, and they're just like, I don't know what their deal is. They just come into your face and just like, hey, how you doing? Hey, and you're just like, get the hell out of here. And you think you get one, then there's 5 more. I think they're coming from one of my pot plants, or it's just the summer. It's been a very buggy summer. Ants, gnats. I had a carpenter ant kind of swarm in my, I see them, all the gnats on the window. That will be further investigation after this video. Yeah, what else? I've got gnats, some bugs flying around my house. Mosquitoes haven't been too bad though. They've been alright. We're heading into like a 3rd week of like this kind of like quite steady heat wave. It's not like crazy heat, but it's just like it's autumn now. Go on. Did I? No, I didn't. See, they're indestructible. You catch them in your fist, you squeeze your fist as hard as you can, and then they fly out. Hate them. Anyway, heat wave, kind of heat wave. Just it's autumn now in the southern hemisphere anyway, and it's like summer hasn't stopped. It's like every day, 30 degrees or 28 degrees, which is, it's not a heat wave, but it's still pretty annoying. Like I'm just like, where's autumn? I want 20, 22, 25 tops. I'm getting sick of the summer, man, and it's been so tropical, humid, gross, stormy. I'm done with summer. Done. What else? We had an earthquake here on Friday night, just before 9 o'clock, 3.6 on the Richter scale. So it's just like what the hell was that? And yeah, it was a little earthquake. Anyway, what else? I woke up this morning and I felt really bad, and I think because I didn't have a coffee yesterday. So don't let anyone fool you. Caffeine addiction is real, and as soon as I had this, it was like I was me again. This is coffee, by the way. Beautiful drug fluid. Oh my God, I'm never skipping coffee again until I, make the concerted effort to get off caffeine. But why would you? Caffeine's amazing. Coffee's delicious. Is life better without it? You tell me. If you're a caffeine reformed caffeine addict, let me know. How's the journey going? How's it going? Me, it's pretty clear that I still need it. So yeah, I was just last night. I was riggedy wrecked. It was horrible. Gross, and I was just like popping painkillers, trying to get rid of this headache. I woke up this morning at 5:30, still had the headache, more pain pills, sat up for a bit, went back to sleep, woke up just feeling like crap. Made a cup of coffee. Boom. Anyway, let's get into these books. Episode 20 something of 1 Foot of Books. It's getting a bit trying. I haven't been keeping up my used to be regular kind of obsessive book buying, and now I'm kind of like, I'm not scraping the bottom of the barrel, but I'm like, oh, I haven't done that one yet. I used to just be able to go and grab a stack, put it down, let's do it. But now I'm like, I think I've done that one. So if there's any repeats in here, let me know kindly, please. I don't mean to fool you. Like, I'm not doing it on purpose. It's just I forget, and who goes and watches their old YouTubes? Like, I don't know, they exist out there on a hard drive on a server somewhere. Anyway, let's get into it. The Chainbreaker bike book. I got this from, what's that shop? The Turning Page up in Springwood. It was on sale. I used to be a big bike rider back when I lived in the city. Now I don't ride at all. But I got this because it's kind of like, it's a manual, a bike manual. So it takes you through bike stuff. A lot of it I knew. A lot of it, more of it, I didn't. And this was kind of the Chainbreaker thing was kind of started as a bike maintenance zine, as well as a way to kind of to capture the zeitgeist of like this, the radicalism of riding in the face of rampant automotive transport. And if you haven't ridden a bike in a while, get out and ride one. Riding a bike is amazing. I live up the mountains now, so I've got a single speed. I don't recommend riding a single speed up here. It gets a bit much, especially if your cardio is gone. I used to have legs like tree trunks in the city, and now they're more like creeping vines. But anyway, this is a cool book. I really like it. It's got heaps of hand-drawn illustrations on how to fix your bike up, what to look for, and then it's got like essays and stuff from people who wrote for the zine over the years. And I got this for like $10, and I was like, sweet, this is cool. And I'll flip through it here and there, but got some cartoons, like that kind of thing. So yeah, I think it's a really cool time capsule of a time when bike riding was big, and like this kind of movement thing, like the whole critical mass thing as well. And yeah, I don't even know why I live up in the burbs now, so I don't know what's going on with all that stuff. Chainbreaker bike book. Ben & Jerry's homemade ice cream dessert book. I got this at the Vinnie's, $3. Anyone who knows me, there's not a lot of people that do. No, I love my Ben & Jerry's. It is prohibitively expensive here in Australia. I have watched it over the last few years go up from like $9 for one of those little tubs. You know how much they are now? About $15, $16 for a little tub of Ben & Jerry's. You get it at half price. It's still friggin' expensive if you're lucky to get it half price. That happens once every couple of months at the major chains. Oh, just moving my legs, my ankles. I think they're dying. I got this because I love my Ben & Jerry's. And this came out in '87. It's been updated slightly, but it's still a really cool book, and it makes me want to eat ice cream more. And I'm just like, you can't eat ice cream like you used to, dude. Like, one, Ben & Jerry's is expensive. It's amazing though. And two, if you made your own, you would be just out of control. I've got no impulse control. I'll be eating it right now. But it's a cool book. I really like it. It's nice and colorful. It tells the Ben & Jerry's story, which is really cool. And yeah, big props to Ben & Jerry's. Oh, sorry, it's a bit warm here already. My house gets really warm too. It's like on 3 levels, and like the top level, if it's hot, gets hot. If you go down to the bedrooms, it's nice and cool. Vinnie's Tales from 1001 Nights, Penguin Classics. Translated by N.J. Darwood. I haven't read this, but I might read some to my daughter. She's been enjoying Russian folk and fairy tales of late. So maybe I'll look at this. Oh, it's got the Voyages of Sinbad. Awesome. I love those movies. Not that. Have they done new ones? Maybe. I don't know. I'm talking about the Ray Harryhausen ones. Mwah. That one with Jane Seymour. Mwah. Good Lord. Yeah. Cool. Awesome. Alright. I'll keep that aside because that's going in the child reading pile. Poenamo. Got this from the Vinnies too. It's an old Fig Tree High School book. There you go. To Fig Tree High School. It's got an inscription. To Fig Tree High School. Thanks for having me, from Vanessa Kerr, 1989, New Zealand Rotary Exchange student. So Poenamo is the adventures of the carefree young John Campbell in search of his fortune and romance. The romantic interlude camping in a Maori village, the drama and mystery of a chief's tangi, that's a funeral, mysterious tragedies of the law of tapu. So tapu in the Māori tradition is taboo. So taboo, that's a worldwide thing. It's things you don't do, like eat another human's brains or have sex with your sister, that kind of thing. Taboo, tapu, curses, things like that. Yeah. I haven't read this yet. It looks pretty cool. I'm a New Zealander. I've been here for 20 years, largely against my will. But hey, that's life, isn't it? My distorted will. I'll read it one day. I like the whole New Zealand. So it's a bit dusty. Yes, I live in my own filth. Poenamo. Vinny's $3. Umberto Eco Numero 0. Sorry for that Italian accent. Anyone who knows me, and not many people do, I love myself some Umberto Eco. And this was his last book. And apparently not his greatest, but I've read a little bit of it so far. I liked it. I got up to page 19 before I moved on to something else because I was reading something else and I don't know why I was in such a rush. But I will read this one. I do love some Umberto Eco. I love Name of the Rose, The Island of the Day Before. Foucault's Pendulum is really cool as well. So yeah, I'll read this. Ants. Ants and gnats. Summer, go away. Got this from Vinny's for $3. It's a School of Life book. School of Life was started by Elaine de Botton. This is A Job to Love. There's a whole series of books from the School of Life. Probably, you know, something the other size of China. Width of trees has been cut down to publish self-help books. I find the School of Life books are pretty good. I like this one. I've flipped through it a few times when I'm feeling a bit despondent about my job or meaning and you know, what am I doing in my life? Yeah, it's a good book. I like it. It's full of cool little information, little things to think of, and keep in the front of your mind rather than, you know, your worries and doubts and imposter syndrome and stuff like that. Who is it written by? It was written by... I don't even know. See, these School of Life books, they don't really have authors. They might a collection of stuff, and they've probably got a writing sweatshop in London somewhere, or maybe it's AI writing them now. Imagine when AI starts writing self-help stuff. Amazing. What a time to be alive. So yeah, School of Life, a job to love. Vinny's, $3. The Library. A Fragile History. Written by Andrew Pettegree and Arthur de Weduwen. This is a history of libraries. Got this for Christmas. Or was it my birthday? It sat in my laundry in a bag for like months before I just like, oh, that's right, I got that book. Oh, that's nice. Oh, the summer, go away. Came out, when did it looks pretty new. 2022. Yeah. Got some pictures in it. Love the book and pictures. I don't know why it's like a Southern American person want to try to sound unintelligent. Because I'm intelligent. Haven't read it. I will though, someday. Hopefully before I die. Imagine after you die, you just get a chance to read all the books that you never read. Vinny's, $4. Got this from the Vinny's and Slurry Hills in Sydney. Your Illustrated Guide to Becoming One with the Universe by Yumi Sakugawa. I saw this, and it's a hand-drawn path to inner peace. I'm all about inner peace, and it's quite a good book. I like it. I like the illustrations. And it's all about coming back to your breath and you know, inviting the universe in because you're part of the universe and you shouldn't be like thinking that you're not and all that kind of stuff. Really like it. Really like it. Yumi Sakugawa is a comic book artist and author of I Think I Am in Friend Love with You. Yeah. She lives in Southern California. Where I'm going. No, I'm kidding. I don't even know where she is, but good book. Another book I got at that Surrey Hills Vinnie's is one of my favourite, In Praise of Idleness. Bertrand Russell. I think this is like the third copy of this book I have. Most of the other two, I think, have In Praise of Idleness as part of like a collection of essays. But this is just straight up In Praise of Idleness. It's got an introduction, afterward notes and illustrations by Bradley Trevor Grieve. Awesome little edition of this. I do love the essay. If you haven't read In Praise of Idleness, please read it today. This is from 2016. Yeah, there you go. Oh, Bradley Trevor Grieve did the Blue Day book. There you go. Want me to read a little bit? Men fear thought as they fear nothing else on earth. More than ruin, more even than death. Thought is subversive and revolutionary, destructive and terrible. Thought is merciless to privilege, established institutions and comfortable habits. Thought is anarchic and lawless, indifferent to authority, careless of the well-tried wisdom of the ages. Thought looks into the pit of hell and is not afraid. It sees man, a feeble speck, surrounded by unfathomable depths of silence, yet it bears itself proudly, as unmoved as it were, Lord of the universe. Thought is great and swift and free, the light of the world, the chief glory of man. Bertrand Russell. I love his stuff. I love his approach to philosophy and all that kind of stuff. I don't know if I've shown you this one before, but I got it from the Vinnies, from their religious section. Why so many gods? I got this, and it runs down the some of the major religious stuff. I have done this one before. Yeah. See you later. Matt Haig, The Midnight Library. I was made aware of Matt Haig a few years ago. I was in the depths of a depression, and he wrote Reasons to Live or something, Reasons to Be Alive or something. And I never read that, but I watched some interviews with him and stuff, and he was a very kind of, you know, upfront, forthright young man about the ideas of living and dying. And he wrote this kind of pop psychology fiction book called The Midnight Library. It's about a woman living a kind of an aimless life, and she decides to kill herself one night, but then she finds herself transported to this library in another realm that contains all of her possible futures or lives. And so she starts dipping in and out of those lives. What makes a perfect life? And that question all the way through it. But she explores these different versions of herself. And, you know, it's all very, you know where it's going to end up. But, the destination isn't the journey. And I found this was a good book to read. Especially if you're feeling a bit blue. Kind of lifts you out of things. You need perspective when you're feeling a bit sad. You kind of like, everything starts going inside when it should be going outside. So yeah, and this kind of, that lends itself to the whole idea of perspective, like how you're looking at things. Like she finds perfect lives, but they're not perfect by any means, and there's no perfect life. And yeah, well written, nice pop fiction book. I would recommend it, especially if you're feeling a little blue. Like I say, lens perspective. I'll leave it at that. I finished this a couple of weeks ago, Time and Time Again by Ben Elton. I love a bit of Ben Elton. I've read a few of his books over the years. This is a good kind of like sci-fi, historical, revisionary kind of idea. Kind of follow, you know, that Stephen King book, 11/22/63, where the guy goes back to save Kennedy. This guy goes back to to stop World War I. Because apparently World War I was the worst thing that happened to humanity ever. Yeah, so he goes back and tries doing that. And it's a good book. I liked it. It had a nice twist, a couple of nice twists at the end, and had some good action, some good thoughts on like the looping nature of time, and yeah, I liked it. It was a good page turner. You just kind of bam, bam, bam. You finish this in a week, easy. And yeah, I like that. Time and time again, Ben Elton. I got this the other day at the Salvos in Penrith. Max Ehrmann, Desiderata. I first got exposed to this poem through the works of Leonard Nimoy. Leonard Nimoy, like William Shatner, released a couple of albums back in the 60s. And they're very hit and miss, but they're quite entertaining. And one track that was on the Leonard Nimoy album was him reading Desiderata. Am I saying that right? I don't know. You correct me. And by Max Ehrmann. And I didn't know, because he didn't say it was, so I didn't know it was. So I picked this up, this little interesting little book, and I was just like, I'm sure I've heard this somewhere. And I put it back. And then I was walking back to work, and I was like, oh, that's that Leonard Nimoy track. I love that track. And then I found out this is like a really popular poem. It's got its own little story, backstory kind of thing, and how it became so popular. And it really is a wonderful poem. It was written back at the 1920s, 30s, I think, by Max Ehrmann. He was an American writer. Got really popular after he died, because that's where we treat art, don't we? Unless, well, we used to, not now. Now we just like drive dump trucks full of money up to people that a few million people either watch, and who cares what they do. And yeah, here's this money, just take it. What? Not like I'm not, I get like, what, 90 views a video. I'm not making money off this, buddy. But anyway, this is a really cool poem. If you haven't read it, it's got this really cool part of it in the back that really spoke to me when I read it the other day at the Salvos. You are a child of the universe, no less than the trees and the stars. You have a right to be here. Whew, powerful, man. Powerful. Really, that part just like sings to my soul. It's a good book, good poem. It comes in various, iterations. This one is from the National Library of, it's Random House, 2002. There you go. I like it. I like having that in my collection now. The Ukulele Handbook. I think have I done this before? The History, How-To, and Songbook of the ukulele. Did you know it was called the Taro Patch Fiddle when it first started in Hawaii? That's pretty cool. You will learn about the ukulele if you read this book. And if you have a ukulele and you want to learn how to play it, this will help you. And it's from Tom Hodgkinson and Gavin Pretor Pinney. I had done this one before. Tom Hodgkinson did the Idler magazine back in the day. I got this from Vinnie's the other day as well. $1. Visual Aid. This is a fantastic little book. I got it because there's a lot of information in here that I just need constant reminding about. And I got it for my daughter because I think maybe not now, but maybe one day soon, she will love this book. It's got, like, it just shows you stuff like wood joints and the human skeleton and all the flags of the world, the planets, sports balls, how fish breathe, how to do the front crawl, how to make balloon animals, but all visual. There are no words in the, oh, there's some words, yeah, map of discovery, there's some words. There's nothing much to read, it's all visual, and it's amazing, and I really liked it, and I was just like, $1 sold, sir, or ma'am. Here's another great find from the Salvos in Penrith, Meditations, Marcus Aurelius. I've got a small version, which is like a hardcover version, which kind of just takes the best of this, but I was just like, dude, 50 cents for a brand new copy? I don't think everyone's ever read it. The corners are still sharp. It's a Penguin Classic, so it wouldn't have been expensive anyway. Ow. But I was just like, dude, 50 cents, I'll take it. And I did. And I will read it one day. I've read a bit of it over the years, but yeah. That's it for episode 20 from 1 Foot of Books. The sweaty edition. It is sweaty. Oh, just gross. I hate this summer. I'm done with it. Summer, I'm done. Summer. It's done. Go away. Thanks for tuning in. I know it's been a couple of weeks since my last one, and I will, maybe I'll get some more books by then. I'm running out, but no, if I put some more effort in, I probably will find some more. Yeah, maybe then I'll start doing 1 foot of CDs or half a foot of CDs, because there's a lot of CDs in 1 foot compared to books, Anyway, okay, that's it. I'm out of here. Stop, sit up straight. Stop stooping. Bye.